Thank you, Marion.
7?
7 minutes, okay, sweet. Okay, so depressing note indeed. So my presentation I'm doing today is about the transit tax proposal that is on the ballot in Oakland County for this November election. So some brief background, they pushed it through during a Oakland County Commissioners meeting to a 0.95 millage tax and put it to the voters in November. They pushed this without any sort of input from municipalities and localities. They kind of ambushed everyone with this proposal. And what it will do is replace the current millages that are in place, but it will not allow communities to opt out. So even rural areas that are completely unserved by the SMART proposal, they will be forced into this measure and they will be forced to pay that tax. So it's it basically bails out a failed mass transit system that is non-viable, particularly after COVID-19. COVID-19 changed the economy forever, and instituted this new normal that we're all still dealing with. One of the casualties of COVID-19 has been mass transit. It's over $20 billion in the red since 2020, and it wasn't viable even before then. So we have all the facts on why mass transit is bad, why it needs to be rejected by the voters, and that is available at stoptaxingourproperty.com. The URL should be on there, it's not, oh well. Stoptaxingourproperty.com is the website, and there we have tools for activists. We have emails that you can send out to community leaders, to your friends, social media posts that you can put on social media with hashtags that can help it gain traction. The good news is that the facts are on our side. This is meant pushed by Democrats and then a couple of token Republicans who took the deal and went along with it, but pushed mainly by Democrats to reward their voters, to siphon resources, redistribute wealth, siphon resources from the more rural communities, the more red communities, and give that money kind of a kickback to the more densely populated urban areas where there's a lot of Democrat voters. But it's a property tax that's going to affect a lot of people, and it's a raw deal for everyone. This money could easily go to subsidizing Uber and Lyft rides for people. They don't have to walk to a bus or get a ride to a bus that is cramped or dirty or filled with crime. In other areas where they've instituted mass transit, such as this, they had to give fares away just to keep people on the buses, and they became havens for violent crime. So there's better ways to do transit with technology, and we're fleshing out a proposal right now for something that could be done much more cheaply. That would be better for people who do need rides and who do need transport without having this ridiculous busing system that nobody seems to like. And one more thing before I wrap up, this is just the first step. So this, if they pass the transit tax in November, they're going to use that to gain more momentum. And from there, they're going to do a regional transit authority that will combine Oakland with Wayne, and basically have us subsidize Detroit like they did with the DIA tax and other things. So we will be subsidizing Detroit transit if this goes through. If it doesn't go through, it's going to throw a wrench in their entire system. It's going to be a huge loss of momentum for them. They'll never stop coming, but it will be a huge loss for them, and it'll be back to the drawing board for them. So we need to get the word out about this. We're supposed to have some glossy flyers tonight, but there was a bit of a problem with the printing. But you can see, one side of the flyer there, have a lot of facts on them. So when you're going door to door, we'll make sure that if you want the flyers, we'll make sure to get them out to you. And, so that when you're going door to door for whatever candidate, you can make sure to hand them one of these, and they can kind of look it over and chew on it and understand what a terrible proposal is. I think take a couple questions real quick.
What will it say on the ballot?
As far as I know, I don't think there is ballot language that has been put out yet specifically. They're really dragging their feet with this, but as soon as it is out, we will have that out. We'll have that on stoptaxingourproperty.com and on the Stop Taxing Our Property Facebook page.
Okay, thank you. How many counties have been affected?
This is just Oakland County.
Just so.
Shane, could you just give us a few of the checkpoints that are on your slide there?
Okay, one is ride-sharing apps are making mass transit obsolete. So in every city that has Uber or Lyft, the need for busing goes down 1.75% every year. So little by little technology, it's making the need for buses obsolete. After the COVID new normal, that ridership has never recovered. It's not expected to recover with more people working from home after COVID. And then mass transit is 23.8 billion in the red nationwide and can't even stay afloat even with bailout money coming toward them, massive amounts of it.
For those of you that live in Commerce Township, I spoke with Larry Gray, the township supervisor. Right now, Commerce spends about $140,000 a year on transportation. With this proposal, if it goes through, it's going to cost Commerce Township $2.4 million a year. And we're not guaranteed the same service necessarily as the proposal reads. The county executive makes the decision on who gets how much money.
Yes, it's all at the discretion of the county chairman, David Woodward. So big power grab by the Democrats. Last question.
Yes, did Macomb County and Wayne County opt out of this?
This one is just for Oakland County. So they may be cooking up other proposals in those counties, but this one applies just to Oakland. So check out stoptaxingourproperty.com. One more thing I wanted to mention is I know lit has been a problem for people. It doesn't seem to be as readily available as it has been in previous elections for whatever reason, but we do have a lot of flyers and a ton of flyers from Rescue Michigan. One side is about the abortion proposal, which also involves putting into the Constitution, allowing children to be drugged and mutilated for transgender, supposedly transgender treatments, gender-affirming care as they call it. That's their euphemism. So that's all on here. It's very comprehensive. And then on the back side, it's about the ballot proposal and about how the so-called protect the vote, not protect the vote at all, Prop 2 is what we need to call. So Prop 2, the vote scam proposal, and this really goes into all the different ways that it makes elections less secure and hurts our democracy. So they're over there on the table over there. So feel free to take as many as you want, and just make sure they all get out, all the ones you take. Appreciate it. Thanks.